Problem and solution. Problem and solution. That's how you get from point A to point B. That's how you fix problems. You got a problem, you focus on the solution, and you get there. So let's start out the show today with problem and solution. Problem. The shoe bomber was a Muslim. The Beltway snipers were Muslims. The Fort Hood shooter was a Muslim. The underwear bomber was a Muslim. The USS Cole bombers were Muslims. The Madrid train bombers were Muslims. The Bali nightclub bombers were Muslims. The London subway bombers were Muslims. The Moscow theater attackers were Muslims. The Boston Marathon bombers were Muslims. The Pan Am Flight 93 bombers were Muslims. The Air France Entebbe hijackers were Muslims. The Iranian embassy takeover was by Muslims. The Beirut U.S. Embassy bombers were Muslims. The Libyan U.S. Embassy attack was by Muslims. The Buenos Aires suicide bombers were Muslims. The Israeli Olympic team attackers were Muslims. The Kenyan U.S. Embassy bombers were Muslims. The Saudi Khobar Towers bombers were Muslims. The Beirut Marine Barracks bombers were Muslims. The Beslan Russian school attackers were Muslims. The First World Trade Center bombers were Muslims. The Bombay and Mumbai, India attackers were Muslims. The Achille Lauro cruise ship hijackers were Muslims. The September 11th, 2001 airline hijackers were Muslims. So it appears we got a little problem there. Well, I started by talking about problem and solution. Solution. Japan. Japan keeps Islam at bay by putting restrictions on Islam and on all Muslims. Japan is the only nation that does not give citizenship to Muslims. Permanent residency is not given to Muslims. Propagation of Islam in Japan is banned. In the University of Japan, Arabic or any Islamic language is not taught. Japan is the only country in the world with negligible numbers of embassies in Islamic countries. One cannot import a Quran published in the Arabic language. Muslims must follow Japanese law and language. The Japanese government is of the opinion that Muslims are fundamentalist and unwilling to change their Muslim laws. Muslims cannot even rent a house in Japan. There is no Sharia law in Japan. So the problem is Islam. The solution is to be found in Japan. There are other countries, too, that are beginning to wake up to the threat posed by Islam. We are not. And that is a horrifying tragedy waiting to happen. I'll be talking more about this in the days and weeks to come. Japan is setting the stage for other nations to follow if they have the smarts and the guts. Problem, solution. Item from the Daily Wire. Headline, 61-year-old woman gives birth to own granddaughter for gay son using his husband's sister's egg. Now, folks, I want to assure you I'm not joking. I didn't make this up. I don't have that fertile an imagination. Let me read this to you. As soon as I stop joking. Cecily Elledge carried her gay son's daughter to term. The 6-pound baby girl named Uma Louise Doherty Elledge was conceived through in vitro fertilization with her son Matthew Elledge's sperm and his husband's sister's eggs. According to NBC News, Matthew and his husband, Elliot Doherty, decided to have a child using Elliot's sister Leah Uribe's eggs via surrogacy. But, quote, were hesitancy to go to agencies due to the conservative nature of the state. Nebraska is a bit more conservative, and we were hesitant to go into agencies and had a bit of fear that maybe some things would hold us back being a gay couple, Matthew said, according to the outlet. So Matthew's mother offered to carry the baby. Quote, I just never hesitated. I was just so excited to be able to be part of this adventure with them. It was just unconditional love, unquote. My friends, if only Matthew's mother had hesitated. No, I don't mean about the grandchild. If only she had hesitated to have Matthew in the first place. Obviously, she and possibly the father of Matthew are ridiculously bad parents. They brought up a horrendously screwed up kid, and now they're passing that mental malady on to a new generation. This sounds like comedy. It's really tragedy. Item from CNBC.com. The number of Americans filing applications for unemployment benefits dropped to a more than 49-year low last week, pointing to sustained labor market strength despite slowing economic growth. Unquote. Thank you, President Trump. Item from TexasTribune.org. Dateline El Paso. Most of the migrants coming there are Central American families with unaccompanied minors, and their numbers have grown by 340%. About 136,150 family units were apprehended on the southwest border between October and February, compared to only 31,100 families during the same period the year before, according to CBP statistics. My friends, I outlined 3 solutions for you yesterday, so that makes a total of 4. How we stop illegal immigration. 1 is the wall. 2 is to tax all the money that is sent from here back to Mexico or other Central South American nations. Number 3 is to apply painful, and I mean crushing, penalties on employers who hire even just one illegal alien. The 4th one is to get out the rifles and just shoot people as they come across the border. Believe me, you won't have to shoot more than a few people. The rest will see what's going on. They will turn around and they will hightail it back to their haciendas. Item from azcentral.com. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is repealing rules unveiled in 2015 that banned baptism for children of gay parents and made gay marriage a sin worthy of expulsion. Unquote. In other words, the Mormons used to be against gay marriage. Now they're all for it. Well, what changed? God changed. Did the Book of Mormon change? No. Membership changed. Times changed. Public sentiment changed. Well, you know what? I'm Jewish. And I don't care how many countries our people have lived in, how many different cultures, how times have changed, how mores have altered. We haven't changed our religion. And I think that's darn good advice for everybody. It's Thursday. It's Real Truth. I'm Howard Riell. And we'll be right back.
Tax season, traffic, bills, or just plain cap?
Hey, Howard, sorry, did we blast you or is it quiet?
No, it's fine. It's good now.
It was a good volume. Okay, it wasn't too loud, but it was something you could hear.
Yes, it's very good now.
Okay, our guy is actually here finishing up for the day, and he's been making things better.
Yep, it's just fine.
Cool. All right, man, I'll put you back on.
Good.
Book a trip at trouttamers.com or call us at 970-460-8877. Very beginner friendly. Approximately 8 hours on a drift boat floating down the scenic North River. Prices include in-season flies, all gear, lunches for 2 anglers. Call about discounts for vets and children under the age of 15. Are you staring out the window daydreaming about spring in your lush green yard and backyard barbecues? Well, don't blink. Before you know it, you'll be knee-high in grass. Don't let the HOA come pounding on your door. Don't be that guy. Call Turf Tamers Landscaping at 970-460-TURF or visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com and we will get your yard in tip-top shape. Specializing in maintenance and install of commercial and residential properties, we pride ourselves in our clean-cut and approachable crew to work efficiently and quickly detailing your property. Visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. Our install crew can transform your backyard into the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of. Call me, Brian, at 970-460-TURF for a free walkthrough and estimate where we can meet and discuss the best options for your landscaping needs. Family owned and locally operated, we've been serving Northern Colorado for over 18 years. Thank you for your support and supporting KHNC.
Join us and don't miss a moment of the Alex Jones Show, your #1 source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-America, pro-family, pro-freedom. We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
Thursday already, eh? Week goes by quickly. And we're doing good work here. Howard Riell, Real Truth, congratulations on being smart enough and active enough to tune into the show so you know exactly what's going on and what we all should be doing. Let me do a two-step here to begin the show. Here is a report from www.oann.com. It's the OANN Evening News. They're going to start by talking about something I mentioned a couple of days ago. Fox News appears to be turning a little bit to the left, which should scare the hell out of all of us. I'm going to let this guy on the show, I have no idea what his name is. I'm going to let him explain it to you, and then I'll come back and I'll let you know what I think.
Fox News may be making a shift toward the left, following a number of news not getting backlash from the conservative world.
Yes. The answer is yes. I am pissed and distressed to see what Fox is doing. What the hell is Donna Brazile doing on Fox News? Not only is she an arch liberal, not only is she a Democrat Party mainstay, she is the sleazebag who got the questions to the debate, the presidential debate, and gave them to Hillary Clinton in advance of the debate. In other words, she helped Hillary Clinton cheat, by the way. When did anyone ever pin Hillary Clinton down on accepting those questions? But Donna Brazile apologized for it, admitted that she did it. She's a slime bag. She's corrupt. She has no business being on Fox News. I don't have the first idea what the hell the people running the network are doing, unless it is the obvious, unless they want to turn to the left. And if they do, that's bad news for everybody.
I spoke with longtime former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly about what's currently happening at Fox and about finding a new home. Bill O'Reilly is our station leader.
No. I want to hear about Fox, my friend. All right, here we go. Now we're getting to the part about Fox.
And then digging into a couple of recent juicy items. Right now.
So the boycotts are a horrible thing because they impinge on freedom of speech. And Fox News, the second word is news, Fox News is going along with it. They're being pressured to give up some of their free speech rights in order to placate advertisers. It is pusillanimous at best, and it's destructive at worst. And it is destructive. Donna Brazile should be banned from television because what she did with those debate questions in Hillary Clinton. Instead, they welcome her back. I don't know if it's because of her black skin, her vagina, or both.
To those remarks, and not to Congresswoman Hill.
If you are unfamiliar with this whole flap, I'll boil it down for you. Judge Jeanine Pirro was looking at the hateful, racist, anti-Semitic things being said by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and suggested it had to do with the fact that she's a Muslim. Well, apparently, in today's world, that's an outrage. But in yesterday's world, it's called the truth. Muslims hate Jews and they hate Christians, and that's simply a fact. Now, when people on the news channel state facts and get banned for it, you know we've really got stuff to worry about.
And no cabal to,
Yeah, Paul Ryan is a centrist. I go back to the words of the great 1700s Hasidic Rebbe, Menachem Mendel of Kotsk. He said, the middle of the road is for the horses.
one of President Trump's most loyal supporters.
Yeah, that's because many, many establishment politicians are corrupt members of the swamp. They've been having their cake and eating it for years and years and years and years. When Trump showed up, they knew the party was over, and that's why they kicked up such a fuss, and they're still kicking up a fuss. Paul Ryan is the swamp. He, just as Donna Brazile has no place on the air at Fox News, Paul Ryan has no place on the board of directors of Fox News. And just for that, if the people who run Fox News call me and ask me to be on their board of directors, I'm sorry, but I will have to decline. Well, I'll tell you what it is that makes me change the channel when I'm watching Fox. I'll be watching, well, not so much Hannity anymore, but Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham. I'll be watching the 5 in the afternoon, or in the morning I'll be watching their morning show. I call in because I want to hear intelligence. I want to hear smart thought about what's happening in the world. When they bring on one of their Democrat pundits, one of their left-leaning people, I don't need to hear that. I already know what's right and what's wrong. Don't forget, I started out 1,000 years ago voting for Jimmy Carter. So it's not like I was born on the right. I was on the left and I moved to the right because I looked and I listened and I learned over a period of decades. I don't need someone to come on the air and effectively try and convince me 2 + 2 is 5. I don't need it. When someone comes on like that, I change the channel. And if Fox were smart, and they are smart, but if they were smarter, they would excise some of those people like Juan Williams. What comes out of Juan Williams' mouth that isn't stupid? If you say 2 and 2 is 4, he'll come on and say, well, not necessarily. I don't need that. I don't like it. I think it degrades the network and it degrades the listeners. Now, Bill O'Reilly is about to talk about this upcoming book he has about Donald Trump. Let's listen. Yeah, Bill, no one really cares about how many books you're selling. I know I don't. All right, let's do some news before we hit a commercial item from the Hill. 3 additional women came forward on Wednesday, that's yesterday, to say former Vice President Joe Biden touched them in ways that made them uncomfortable shortly after Biden, in a 2-minute video, pledged to be more mindful of women's personal space. Unquote. My friends, if you are a liberal Democrat, you can get away with anything. You can touch women here and there, and especially there, and it's okay, you get a pass, not a problem. But if you're a political conservative, you are toast. You are finished. They will scream from the rafters what an animal you are. Look what they did to Brett Kavanaugh, who did nothing. Nothing. 36 years ago, did nothing. And they screeched for his blood. Now you have Joe Biden, as I've called him many, many times, the premier horse's rectum in Congress for decades now. Can't keep his hands off women, off children. He should be persona non grata like Harvey Weinstein. Right? Wrong. Because right now it looks like he's the Democrats' best bet to regain power. Now, you and I know he's not going to ever challenge Donald Trump. He's a loser. But they think he could be a winner, and so he could do anything he wants to any woman he wants, any child he wants, put his hands everywhere he wants, and the Democrats will never slam him, never push him out of politics, never insist that he drop out of a race that he hasn't even joined yet. Because when you're on the left, hypocrisy reigns. And what they tell you you should do is not the same thing that they will do. Do as they say, not as they do. Well, that doesn't wash here on Real Truth. Stick around. We'll be right back.
realtor from a big corporation who outsources their jobs and pays little to no taxes, ask yourself, what do you really want in a realtor? You need a realtor who is honest and has integrity. A realtor who is focused on the client's bottom line, not the realtor's bottom line. Who provides personable, over-the-top service before, during, and after the transaction. You want a realtor that knows how to market your property. Hi, I'm James Morgan, a realtor with Grisham & Associates, LLC. I am your Colorado real estate specialist. Land deals, mountain cabins, or urban dwellings, I've got you covered. For the first-time home buyer, we will make it the best experience. If you are looking to move up or downsizing, we will do better than your last transaction. Call me today at 720-203-0731 or visit coloradoproperties.online. Let me do a great job for you.
You can buy gold just about anywhere in the world from all kinds of different deals. So why do you use the Patriot Trading Group? 20 years of service, just like that. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, just like that. Low price, just like that. No solicitation, just like that. Buying or selling, just like that. For all your gold and silver needs, call the Patriot Trading at 800-951-0592, just like that.
I'm Ryan, EMF Mitigator. You worried about 5G wireless cell towers in your area? Would you like to know if your home or office is being penetrated by electromagnetic fields from overhead power lines? What about powerful signals sent from your smart meter? EMF Mitigators can answer these questions using our state-of-the-art measuring tools. We are in the business of measuring, locating, and reducing or eliminating man-made electromagnetic frequencies. In 2011, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified radio frequency radiation as a group 2D carcinogen. Other carcinogens include arsenic, lead, and melanin. Take control of your exposure by calling EMF Mitigators at 970-300-3414. Mention that you heard about us on KHNC 1360. We'll come to measure your home or office for only $99. Discover what may be affecting you in your own environment. Call EMF Mitigators today at 970-300-3414. Reach us 24 hours a day at EMFmitigators.com.
Join us and don't miss a moment of the Alex Jones Show, your #1 source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-America, pro-family, pro-freedom. We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
So what do we know about Joe Biden other than the fact that he is the premier horse's rectum in Congress going back decades, and he likes to rub his hands all over women's and children's bodies? What do we know besides that? Well, we also know he's a sleazebag, and how do I know that? Peter Schweitzer wrote the definitive book about the Clintons, Clinton Cash. Now he's written a book about Joe Biden. Here he is being interviewed by Glenn Beck. Listen to this because you will be surprised.
I find this hard to believe because you've not heard anything about this in the mainstream media. He's one of, you make the case, one of the most, if not the most corrupt vice president we have ever had. And that's exactly right. Spiro Agnew comes to mind. We've had some pretty bad ones.
Yeah, we have. There's no question about it. And the reason Joe Biden has been able to sort of maintain this image is that he does something that I call offshore his corruption. And what offshoring the corruption basically means is, he does not take payments from foreign governments and foreign entities. His wife does not, but his adult son does. And what that means is he doesn't have to disclose the business relationships, which are highly questionable, that his son has with all these foreign entities. And it's really highlighted by the fact that these business dealings are exactly in the foreign governments where Vice President Joe Biden was the point person for Obama policy. In fact, in one instance we know, his son actually flew with his father on Air Force Two to foreign government. So Joe Biden can't plead ignorance to this by any stretch of the imagination.
So this sounds to me, and I don't know, I'm just listening, this might go beyond corruption to actual treason. If he's selling out the best interest of the United States and he or his son is getting money, well, that sounds treasonous, doesn't it? Let's listen to some more.
So what kind of deals are we talking about? And, go ahead.
Deals. So in December of 2013, Joe Biden is flying on Air Force Two for a trip to Asia. He goes to Tokyo, he goes to Seoul, South Korea, but the main part of the trip is to Beijing, China. On the plane with him is his son, Hunter Biden. They spend 3 days in China. Biden is frankly criticized by the Washington Post and other entities for going soft on Beijing. He basically doesn't challenge them much on the South China Sea, on human rights, on trade policy. The most important thing that happens 10 days after they come back, and that's when Hunter Biden's very small financial firm inks a $1 billion, that's with a B, $1 billion private equity deal with the government of China.
My friends, coincidences happen. Peter, why are you making such a big deal of it? So he happens to be Joe Biden, the vice president's son. So he happens to go over there on the same airplane. So he happens to come back and hit it for $1 billion in the people he just visited with his father, the vice president. You're drawing conclusions, Peter. Joe Biden is a nice guy, isn't he? Isn't he?
This is not a Chinese corporation. This is not an American company. This is the Chinese government. It's later expanded to $1.5 billion. And here's the important part, Glenn. Hunter Biden really has no background in private equity, and he has no background in China. And this deal through the Shanghai Free Trade Zone is unlike any deal that any other investment firm has in China. JP Morgan doesn't have this deal, Goldman Sachs. So it stinks to high heaven. And it's the first of a series of deals that Hunter Biden's small financial firm does with the Chinese government. It involves real estate deals. It involves the Chinese military. It's extremely troubling and really daunting to get your hands around the size and the scope of these deals that he cuts.
Okay, all right. Hang on a second. So, I mean, just want to play devil's advocate.
Sure.
What is his son's? I mean, there's nothing special about his firm. I mean, Goldman Sachs doesn't have it. That's pretty damning that JP Morgan doesn't have it, but he does. He's got to have some expertise.
So what is it exactly that Joe Biden and his boss, Barack Obama, gave China that was worth them funneling over $1.5 billion to Biden's son? What did China get out of it? Well, we don't know. Obama had the most opaque administration maybe ever. So exactly how they allowed China to damage America, to take away from America, to gain an advantage on America, I can't say right now. I don't know the answer. I know one thing. I know Joe Biden's son ended up with over $1.5 billion. Now let me play devil's advocate a little bit, Glenn. Okay, do you mind? Joe Biden had another son. The son died. Is it possible? And I'm not saying it is. I'm only asking. I'm a journalist. I ask questions. Is it possible that somewhere up in the heavens God wanted to teach Joe Biden a lesson and said, look, shmup, you turn one son into a criminal. Let me tell you what. Let me show you what can happen when you turn your own child into a slime bag. By the way, I don't know that there was any criminality. I misspoke. You made him a sleaze. You made your son a sleaze bag. Well, that's dangerous. You know, you could lose your son. I'll show you how it's done. Boom! The other son is dead. Is it conceivable? Is it possible? I think it's possible.
That you've missed.
I understand exactly why you're raising that question, Glenn, because this is so shocking. But the fact is, Joe Biden, when he becomes vice president, up until that point, his son Hunter is a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. for online gambling entities. The point being,
You see what nice folks the Bidens are? See what an honest fellow Joe Biden is? Don't you want to just run out and vote for him? You forget about the fact that he's rubbing his hands over children and women. Forget about that. Forget about the fact that he made racist comments about Barack Obama before he became his vice president. Isn't Joe Biden a nice guy? No, in fact, he isn't. We'll be back.
Was your home built between 1965 and 1975? If so, you may have an aluminum wire phone. Aluminum wiring basically has big homes,
Alien men and women, long time ago. We were talking about the relatively very, very smart guy, and we've been talking. This gives you guys something to think about something. So I talked to him. I think they are linked. But I'm going to concentrate more on the second part of your question. I think they are linked. But I'm going to concentrate more on the second part of your question.
Don't walk away from a home you're planning on buying just because it has aluminum wire. Let them help you. Your safety is their business. They are equal rates with the Better Business Bureau. Call them today. 720-299-4706 or visit their website, alwirerepair.com.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, serving Longmont in the Front Range of Colorado since 1994. We specialize in guns and currently have over 400 guns for sale. We also buy, sell, pawn, and trade for gold, silver, musical instruments, knives, archery equipment, quads, side-by-side, coins, and a lot more. We buy gun collections and do appraisals, which is smart for insurance purposes should a claim arise. We are, according to ATF, Colorado's second highest volume gun dealer, and because we have a lot lower overhead than the big box stores, we can beat the big box stores by as much as $100 per gun. And we have the lowest interest rates in northern Colorado, half of what the corporate stores charge when you're doing a loan. Come and see us at Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. If you love guns, if you love gold, come and see us. Check us out on the web, www.grandpaspawn.com or 303-772-7952.
Information you won't find anywhere else. The Alex Jones Show, right here on KHNC, the heart of northern Colorado, KHNC.
Okay, welcome back to Real Truth. You know, you guys are my longtime listeners. I love you. I owe you the very, very best, and so I'm about to give it to you. To the smartest people in all of media, maybe in all of the history of media, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, you deserve it. Go.
Controversial things also.
Well, Rush, if I may, the parallel is not good. Because people tune into Rush and to Real Truth because they want truth. The people who tune into CNN and MSNBC, they want the lies. They want to be lied to. I know it sounds unbelievable to people like you and me, but people want the sensationalism. CNN viewers want to be insulted. They want to be talked down to. They want to be lied to. And they are. And so they're getting what they want, as fetid as that may be.
This exactly has happened.
See, Rush Limbaugh agrees with me. So now you know he's a genius. Yeah, it's still happening. It's going to happen because the Democrat voters, the liberals, want to be lied to. They want America to be brought down. They want Americans to suffer. They want power. They're very dangerous. We have to do something about it. I'm not sure what it is. Voting is fine, but apparently we didn't do a good enough job in the last election a few months ago. But something's got to be done. Here's a suggestion. Lock her up. We'll be back.
Are you staring out the window daydreaming about spring, your lush green yard and backyard barbecues? Don't blink. Before you know it, you'll be knee-high in grass. Don't let the HOA come pounding on your door. Don't be that guy. Call Turf Tamers Landscaping at 970-460-TURF or visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. We will get your yard in tip-top shape. Specializing in maintenance and install of commercial and residential properties, we pride ourselves in our clean-cut and approachable crews for efficiently and quickly detailing your property. Visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. Our install crew can transform your backyard into the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of. Call me, Brian, at 970-460-TURF for a free walkthrough and estimate where we can meet and discuss the best options for your landscaping needs. Family owned and locally operated, we've been serving Northern Colorado for over 18 years. Thank you for your support and supporting KH.
Before hiring a realtor from a big corporation who outsources their jobs and pays little to no taxes, ask yourself, what do you really want in a realtor? You need a realtor who is honest and has integrity, a realtor who's focused on the client's bottom line, not the realtor's bottom line, who provides personable, over-the-top service before, during, and after the transaction. You want a realtor that knows how to market your property. Hi, I'm James Morgan, a realtor with Grisham & Associates, LLC. I am your Colorado real estate specialist. Land deals, mountain cabins, or urban dwellings, I've got you covered. For the first-time home buyer, we will make it the best experience. If you are looking to move up or downsizing, we will do better than your last transaction. Call me today at 720-203-0731 or visit coloradoproperties.online. Let me do a great job for you.
Higher rates, lower rates, negative rates, bail-ins, bail-outs, and so much more. You know why you need to own gold and silver. At the Patriot Trading Group, we're a different kind of company. We have no commission salespeople, no boiler room sales calls, no high-price spokesmen. We believe in treating you with honesty and respect and delivering you the best products at the best price. Buying or selling, call us at 800-951-0592 or go to our website at allamericangold.com.
All right, we have got 4 minutes left in the broadcast week. Let's use them wisely and to theamericandream.com. Earlier today, my attention was directed to a thread on an internet discussion forum that lamented how much America had changed over the years. I don't know exactly why, but the posts on that thread really touched me. Those of us that are old enough to remember what America was like before the internet grew up in a much simpler time. Yes, we didn't have all the luxuries that we take for granted in 2019, but we found joy in the simple things and people were generally much happier. Today we seemingly have so much going for us, and yet people are lonelier, more disconnected, and more depressed than ever before. The suicide rate in the United States is up 34% since the year 2000. Approximately 40 million American adults have an anxiety disorder, and overdosing on drugs is now the leading cause of death for Americans under the age of 50. Clearly, our society is not heading in the right direction. Unquote. Clearly, Michael Snyder is absolutely correct. And I talk about the reasons for this decline every day here on this show. If you're not listening every day, you should be. Item from the Associated Press, Dateline, Waltham, Massachusetts. Bentley University has plenty of success stories among its faculty and alumni, but one recent evening, the school invited students to hear about the failures. Speaking to a crowded auditorium, one professor recounted the time he sank a $21 million company. Another recalled failing her college statistics course. One graduate described his past struggles with drug addiction. Each story reinforced the same message. Even successful people sometimes fail. Failure is normal, it's healthy, and I think people on this panel would argue it actually is transformative, said Peter Faulkner, director of Bentley's Counseling Center. To students, if you're not failing, it probably means you're not taking enough risks. Unquote. Well, college campuses, don't worry about whether or not students will fail. I promise, with all the emphasis put on PC and all the snowflakes that colleges today are turning out, I promise you, more students than ever will be failing in life. Item from the Associated Press, Dateline, Caracas, Venezuela. When the sun goes down in Venezuela's capital of Caracas, the once thriving metropolis empties under darkness. Many streetlights don't work. Residents avoid stepping outside their homes due to crime or for lack of anything to spend, as a creeping economic collapse has accelerated amid a political battle between socialist President Nicolas Maduro and his foes at home and abroad. A string of devastating nationwide blackouts last month dramatized the decay. Even under the light of day, billboards often have nothing to promote. Their skeletal framework bare long after the wind has ripped away advertising. Unquote. My friends, doesn't socialism sound inviting? I can't wait. I'm kidding. I can wait. Item. From Breitbart, 2 Islamic extremists have been arrested by police in Paris after allegedly plotting to massacre a kindergarten full of children. So let me ask you this. What's different between the Muslims in Paris who want to murder an entire class full of small children and Muslims in, say, Colorado who wake up one morning wanting to murder children? There is no difference, you say? Bingo. You're right. I'll be back on Monday with more real truth. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay angry.